Here are my top 5 self-defense tips for women. So today I want to share some helpful tips for all my females out there to help keep you safe out in these streets. Imagine being out by yourself, just walking around minding your own business, when all of a sudden someone comes up to you and decides they're going to rob you. Are you going to freeze up and freak out? Or are you going to calmly and effectively handle the situation? I also want to say right out of the gates that if you're ever approached with a gun or a knife, this is no time to be John Wick. Do whatever they say. Your life is not worth it. Even me as a trained martial artist, if somebody pointed a gun at me and wanted my wallet, hey, here you go. You want my pants? Hey, here you go. I'm not fighting or trying to defend myself when somebody's holding a gun or a knife, because we've watched way too many action movies and it just doesn't go down like that. So with all that being said, ladies, here's what I would recommend. Number 1, be aware of your surroundings. Keep your eyes peeled and keep your head on a swivel. Predators and attackers can be sneaky, and they prey on people that look distracted and look like easy targets. So similar to Jiu-Jitsu, effective self-defense is all about staying one step ahead of your opponent or your attacker. So if you're walking around with earbuds in and can't hear anything around you, not only are you susceptible to attackers, but also to moving vehicles. So if you have to use earbuds when you're out walking, I would really recommend you only use one. That way you still have one ear to be able to hear your surroundings and make sure to try to keep you safe. Next, consider your location and the time of day. If it's late and you're in a big empty parking lot by yourself or in an area where there's not a lot of people, then make sure you're paying attention to who's around you, scan the road ahead, and make sure that you can avoid any unnecessary interactions with strangers. And to kind of piggyback on that concept, you should practice finding exits and escape routes when you're out in public. This continuous practice will help keep you sharp, alert, and much more capable of maintaining your safety. And number 2, keep your hands free and fight ready. If you're strolling around with your hands in your pocket or holding a bunch of things, you're basically gift wrapping yourself to an attacker. So just like in Jiu-Jitsu, grips and hand control are super critical to success. And those rules don't change with self-defense either. You need your hands to block, grab, slap, punch, break, bend, flick, poke, or block. Because you can't do all that if you're holding your cell phone in your Gucci bag. Number 3, carry a weapon. If you live in a state where you can legally conceal carry, then I recommend you do that. Because roughly 45% of all robberies happen without a weapon. 36% involve firearms, and only 8.5% involve knives. So if you're carrying and run into a bad situation, you're likely going to be the only one armed, which is going to be a really bad thing for the attacker. Now please keep in mind, there is a lot of responsibility involved with carrying a firearm, because even well-trained people can make mistakes when they're in difficult self-defense situations. So if you decide to carry, make sure you're not a white belt about it, because spending time getting comfortable handling and shooting your firearm is going to give you way more confidence in your ability to defend yourself. Now, if guns aren't your thing, I totally get it, because they can be intimidating at first, especially if you haven't spent a lot of time around them. But lucky for you, there's other options, like pepper spray. Now, that's an easy one to use. And as long as you're not buying some cheap Dollar General brand, then it should give you enough time and create enough discomfort to your attacker to give you time to get away. There's also tasers. Those are super fun. Most people, even big guys, are going to have a tough time withstanding taser shocks. Now you could also go with a pocket knife. And there are a lot of options when it comes to a self-defense knife. But ultimately, you just want one that's safe when it's stored and easy to deploy and use. Again, being comfortable with a knife is just as important as being comfortable with a gun, because any weapon that you decide to keep with you can also be taken away by an attacker and used against you. Number 4, pretty much anything can be used as a weapon. If you're without a weapon, then get creative. What do you have on you? Self-defense is much like Jiu-Jitsu in that it's all about adapting and overcoming obstacles safely and effectively with as least amount of effort as possible, trying to achieve the best result. Got a pen? Jam it in their ear or nose. Hey, got some hot coffee? Throw it in their face. Now you can go the extra mile and also carry it around the stainless steel coffee cup and then hit them over the head with the coffee cup once you have splashed them in the face with the hot coffee. This is just a suggestion. I'm just giving you ideas so you can be creative and start to really think about all the things around you that you have at your disposal, even unintentionally, to use in self-defense. Don't forget, you can also whack the shit out of them with your purse. And number 5, which goes without saying, but you should train Jiu-Jitsu. You don't need a whole black belt Jiu-Jitsu game. Just a few good moves that work 99% of the time. Like guillotines or rear naked chokes. Or hip escapes, because if someone can't stay on top of you, they can't attack you. Drilling these things till they're automatically in your muscle memory is going to be critical. Because it's hard to remember all these things when you're under duress and when you're in these difficult situations. So the more trained you are, the more muscle memory you have, the more effectively you'll always be at defending and protecting yourself. Now, if none of those options work for you, then you can always run away. But make sure that you're not wearing heels and that you're 50 pounds overweight. Or, you're not running anywhere. I'm just saying that if running away is your preferred method of self-defense, then you should be able to run away. But ladies, if you really want to feel empowered and know that you can defend yourself, then go train Jiu-Jitsu.